Last week I posted a video to tell you guys that student government packets are now available on the Poet Desk. And then I realized after I sent the video out that some of you don't even know what student government is. So I thought I will make a second video to explain what student government is. Student government are the 9 students, 3 from each grade, 7th, 8th, and 9th, who run student events here at the junior high. This year, student government events, we've run a couple of pep assemblies, maybe one pep assembly this year. We've done 3 dances. We have done a surf and swim night, night games, and an ice cream social so far. We have another dance and I think another event coming up by the end of the year. Oh, and we also do Spirit Week. So basically, students get to run these events and get to plan them. They get to pick some of the outfits for Spirit Week. They get to play a hand in Pride Week and some of the events that go on that week. And so student government are the kids who run our events and who come up with the ideas for those events. There's also a lot of leadership kind of gig in there because you're running events. I don't do much with student government anymore, to be honest. They run their own meetings. Right now, Danny Barrera is our president, and he starts a meeting and he calls on each of the officers to do their part, and I do almost nothing with that group, which is really cool to watch students just step up and be able to do all of that on their own and plan events and check in with each other and text each other and make sure things are happening, and it's a cool process. So if you're interested in running student events or have great ideas, or you're the kind of person who likes to work on that kind of stuff, we would love to have you. Which brings me to the second question that a lot of people ask is, what kind of people should run for student government? And to be really, I'm not even kidding when I say we need all kinds of people. When I was in school, we talked about the 4 leadership styles as animals. The lions, the people who like to step up and take charge and they like to be in the front. The beavers, who like to work on things, they don't need to be in the front, but they're hard workers. They're willing to do the background work. They enjoy doing the background work. The gold retrievers, who just like people and people like them, and they're just kind of in touch with people, and they encourage others to get involved, and they just are like naturally charismatic and people are drawn to them. And the otters, who tend to be we call them the goof-offs, but our otters are some of our best idea people, because the otters are the ones who will come up with some crazy idea that everybody says, that's ridiculous. And then pretty soon you'll start to think about it and be like, maybe we could do that. And those are where some of the best ideas come from. So, and most of it, and the suggestion was that all of us fall into a category of leadership, but that we all have something to offer. So, and I agree with that. I've seen student government groups. There have been times where I've had students that I thought, that person wants to be in student government, and they got on student government and were phenomenal in their own way, in a way that wasn't necessarily how I expected, but everybody has something to offer student government. So we really are looking for all types of people. If you're interested in running events and you're interested in taking some leadership roles in your school, then this is a great opportunity for you. Which brings us to the third question. Once you have decided that you want to do this and you're the kind of person to do this, how do you do this? Step 1 is getting a packet. Getting a packet down at sorry, my leg is shaking. Down at the Poet Desk. Basically, just basic information, and I'm kind of checking to see that you have the responsibility to fill out an application. There is a recommendation form in the application. Get a hold of one, fill it out, get somebody to say, yes, I've seen this person do some good work. It could be a cheer coach, it could be a scout leader, any adult who's seen you do good work. And then that paperwork is due next Friday, right before spring break. So make sure you get the paperwork to me by Friday. Anyone who doesn't have paperwork in, unfortunately, we have to close up as the openings for elections at that point. So you need to have that to me by next Friday. After that, there is a parent meeting right after spring break on Tuesday, April 7th. So you and your parents come to that meeting, both of you and a parent, I guess, come to that meeting, and we just talk about kind of the expectations of student government and also the expectations of campaign week, so that you know what you're doing. And then you put together a campaign, and a campaign is basically you going to your fellow students and saying, hey, I want to represent you. I want to be your person on student government. And so you put up posters. You have 5 8.5 by 11-inch posters, which I actually have some right up there. It is a regular sheet of paper sized poster. You get 5. The screen is really small. I can't get my whole hand on here. And then you get a full-size poster, something more in that size, right? That big poster over there. You can cut that poster up however you'd like to. So if you want 2 medium-sized posters instead of 1 big one, great. If you want 1 big one and make a big statement, fantastic. But you put these posters around the school, these 6 posters, and they are your way of saying to students, hey, I want to do this, vote for me. And then Thursday, April 23rd, we are going to run elections. Students go to the library. They pick 3 candidates that they think would do a good job in these positions. At the end of the day, we tally them all up, and the top 3 students are the student government officers for 2015-2016. So that's kind of the whole process. Feel free to swing by my room, room 217, if you have any questions, especially if you're just not sure you want to run, but you think if I answered some questions I might talk you into it. I would love to chat, so swing by. Thanks.